A third of operations will be allowed when domestic flights resume on Monday. That's what the Civil Aviation Ministry has said while releasing SOPs, that's the standard operating procedures for flying in the time of coronavirus. Well, we'll be going across now to Vishnu Shom, who has all the details. Also, Sam will join us from Chennai on preparations being made for Monday. Vishnu, first to you, tell us about these new rules and what is flying going to look like in coronavirus times.
Well, Gargi, I was told that the standard operating procedures are coming out in just a matter of time. And they've been saying this now for a couple of days, but I expected 4 to 5 pages. It's ended up being 17 pages. And it's 17 pages where each page has got something new in it. So bottom line, when you or I fly in the future, should we choose to do so because there's not going to be any physical distancing on the aircraft, it's going to look very different. Let me describe it for you. When you do get to the airport, you need to have ensured that you've done a web check-in. If you haven't done a web check-in, then it's going to be problematic. Airlines have been told to figure out whether a tele-check-in possibility is there for those passengers who don't have access to computers. So you arrive at the airport with your web check-in on your smartphone or perhaps on a piece of paper. There'll be a thermal scan to see if you're all right. And then the CISF personnel at the airport will also see your status on Arogya Setu. So you need to have downloaded the app. If you're 14 years and under, then I beg your pardon, under the age of 14, then you don't need to have that Arogya Setu app. They will not be checking your status on that. But if you're an adult, then the CISF personnel will ensure that you are marked red on your Arogya Setu app, which monitors for COVID patients, and then you'll be allowed to enter. You then get into the airport and there'll be physical distancing between passengers. You're encouraged to bring, you will be allowed only one piece of checked-in luggage. The weight of that can be 20 kilos, so no major difference on that. If you bring in more, as long as it's one piece, then you'll be charged obviously for it, and that's the same as it is, one piece of hand baggage as well. So you enter with all of that. You're told we discourage you from having a trolley. You should try and carry it yourself. Obviously, if you need a trolley, you can use it as well. You then get to the counter. You need to prominently show your PNR and your e-boarding pass to the airline representative behind the counter, and you need to put in your baggage onto the weighing scale. Now, here's something new. There'll be no baggage tags anymore, no physical baggage tags. Instead, you'll get an SMS, and that SMS is your baggage tag. And so if you lose your baggage, then at your point of arrival, that's what you need to show to try and claim it. So your PNR needs to be mentioned boldly on a piece of paper attached to your baggage as well. Your PNR, your name, your details. You then proceed for security check. There'll be a new routine which the CISF guards over there follow to ensure that they physically don't touch you as much. Patting down is a very diligent exercise. As you know, in India, it's done quite rigorously over here. I wonder whether this would mean more machines which allow you to actually enter, where an automatic scan is done, which would prevent people from actually being physically patted down. But there'll be that process of physical touch will be cut down on. You then proceed towards your aircraft. Now remember, you need to be at the airport 2 hours before your flight, number one. Number two, you need to be at your bay where your flight is boarding 1 hour before your flight. And if you aren't, then the gate shut 20 minutes before the flight's scheduled departure. So you need to be there well in advance. Once you're there, you will be asked to progressively go to the counter before you actually walk towards your aircraft, where you will need to do a scan of your boarding pass, your electronic boarding pass under a scanner. You need to do that yourself. Again, at that stage, to minimize contact with the airline representatives. At that point, you will be given a safety kit. Now, this is important. That safety kit, as I understand it, will be a face mask, it'll be a face shield, it'll be gloves, and it'll be a sanitizer as well. Now, you need to don all of that, and you need to get onto your aircraft. Once you're in the aircraft, the minister clarified yesterday that there will be all seats occupied if there is demand on that particular flight.